All right, welcome to an off-season edition, another off-season, a sad off-season edition of the Garden Report.
It's all right. It's not that bad.
It is what it is.
The off-season. This is the best time.
It could be the best
Could be
time.
a lot worse.
Could be the worst time.
It could be what my fear is. It's going to be a boring time. I like off seasons, but the Celtics again seem like a fairly well-structured team where you're going to have a thing or two that happens, but there's an off-season checklist and the potential for drama. So let's just run through some of the things that they have to do here. First order of business, it seems to be guaranteed at this point, is Jayson Tatum signs a Supermax deal, which he now has the right to do because he made third-team All-NBA. And that's going to lock him up until his age 27 season because it kicks in after his final year, I believe, of his contract before it starts to pay out at that level.
Right.
So
After next year.
Right. Essentially, it's an extension. It's after next year. Takes him to his age 27 season and sets him up for another monster deal at this point. So everyone assumes this happens, right? Is there any world in which it doesn't, whether it's from Tatum's side or the Celtics side? I can't see it. I'm just throwing it out there to you guys because this has always seemed like a done deal, but I'm not trying to stir it up. There's parts of me that I've always wondered, does this guy want to be out in LA? I don't know. Again, we assume it's done, but I don't want to assume anything. So I'll just throw it out to you guys.
Yeah, I think it's done. Safe to say. I mean, from what we've seen, from how the team feels about Jayson Tatum, from the progression he's made year after year, he wants to see this thing through. And of course, the Celtics do as well. Brad Stevens does. They will have to get to the NBA Finals. I think at this point, it's the next season's a bust that they don't. I think we gave them that leeway for this year, and they surprised us, regardless of how you feel. After seeing them get eliminated, but heading into the season, that wasn't the goal, right? The NBA Final wasn't necessarily the goal. They surprised us on this one. So, yeah, I think that one's a safe bet, though. Jayson Tatum, get it done.
I agree with Josue. I think Bobby's going to agree too. I mean, this is a guy that you build your team, your franchise around, right? I mean, he's the right position. He's at the right age. He's working. He's improving. I mean, by all accounts, everyone would say that this was a great season for him. I think after year two is when you started to hear a couple of question marks, like is this guy really on the trajectory to supermax or superstar type player? But I think this season kind of put those whispers to rest and kind of prove that he is going to be, if not already, the guy in Boston moving forward, and they're going to have to build around him. So listen. I mean, the Celtics are 1,000% going to, make that offer, and I don't understand why it makes, I can't think of a good reason why Jayson Tatum wouldn't accept it. So to me,
it'd be dumb
it's a
too.
sure thing.
Yeah, it'd be a terrible move if he didn't. In fact, there's the possibility he could lean for 4 years versus the 5-year extension that they're able to sign.
But that last year of that fifth year is a $47 million.
Yeah, so that's why you do it. It's going to be.
I'm sorry, 49.5, Bobby. That last year, the first year is 37.5 of that extension in the 21-22 season. So
it depends on the cap. We'll see where the cap goes.
It's
all tied to that. So if it keeps increasing, which it probably won't, it gets to 37. I think it's going to be more like 33 in that first year if they keep it flat. But still, I mean, we're talking 5 years max salary. He's going to do it.
He's going to do it. Yeah, but that's it. So you're tied to Tatum. He's your guy, which means he's your max star.
Ben Simmons did it.
I like John how you mentioned it sets him up nicely for the next big contract. Because right, what's a 27 Jayson Tatum going to look like? Right? Oh, he's just entering his prime. Oh, this is he hasn't even peaked yet. That contract is going to be.
That's the one. That's the one who's going to leave you. Then he becomes that guy who just signs 1-year deals over and over and over again.
I need to imagine him getting in that spot.
For some Los Angeles team, and each year he comes free, you're just crying these tears of like, come back to us, Jayson, and he won't.
Well, it's the Kawhi Leonard type deal. How he signed it, he's going to opt out after 2 years, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm not saying Jayson Tatum's going to do that, but there are players already with that sort of, I want to make sure I keep all my options open, and I don't want to commit anything crazy. But at this stage, Jayson Tatum and the Celtics are, they're a match. They're going to be in a relationship long term here. So it makes all the sense in the world for both sides to do that. So,
but Yeah, it's
no drama. No drama here, unfortunately. We can't.
No, I'm not trying to manufacture it either. We're just going through the list.
And if it does get to that point, we've seen players flex that leverage years in advance of their free agency. So realistically, if things went to hell, he could start making noise 2 years ahead of that 5-year deal completing and maybe force his way out of here if it ever got to that. So there's no downside to signing that deal.
Yep. Bobby, he's not going to Toronto, man. Chill. Take it easy.
Hey, he's got no St. Louis team to go to either. So
imagine on that squad, though. I don't know.
Just imagine.